Hey, I'm Geeky Pastimes, and in today's video I want to talk about just how amazing Big Team Battle in Halo Infinite is. This weekend we've had our first taste of it. The flight has opened up Big Team Battle on Fragmentation, which is the only map in it at the moment. It's kind of like a remake of Valhalla, and it's so much fun. I was like a little bit lukewarm with Halo last weekend when we were playing 4v4 again, partly because like we were playing on a lot of the same maps we had played before, and also apparently I'm not as good at Halo as I thought I was, so I was getting destroyed in a lot of the matches. But it's still, it was a fun game. But then playing Big Team Battle last night, I had an absolute blast. And there's just so many things that they're getting right. It's really kind of restored my faith in the game. I'm just so hyped for it. And it's incredible that this is going to be a free-to-play game, so everyone on Xbox and PC is going to be able to play it. So in this video, I'm going to talk about some of the things that made it so good, and you're going to see tons of gameplay from it. Loads of different things that I was trying out across the whole of the first playtest session. If you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you want to see me streaming this sort of stuff on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/Geeky Pastimes. So, first of all, the map. Fragmentation is an absolutely awesome map. It's based on Valhalla, and Valhalla is like one of the best maps that there's ever been in Halo, back from Halo 3 and 4. But it's got kind of its own twist, so it's got like obviously all the normal things, like it's got big wide open areas around the bases where you can have some crazy fights for like capturing flags and stuff like that. And then there's also kind of all of these different routes through that are just big enough for vehicles to get through. There's quite a bit of cover, there's like tunnels and things like that, so if you're trying to get a flag back, there's loads of ways you can sneak through. There's air vehicles sometimes, but you can still sort of sneak through the tunnels to avoid the air vehicles so they don't completely dominate. It's really cool. It also looks gorgeous. It looks really nice. The lighting's really nice. It's weird when I was looking up, I couldn't actually see a Halo ring, but I thought this was meant to be on like Delta Halo or something. So yeah, I don't know if it's just because it's cloudy, that's why you can't see it maybe. There's loads of really nice environmental touches. So there's animals running around. There's like these weird little kind of guinea pig gopher type things, which are kind of cool. They make a lot of noise. And there's some really nice touches. Like I saw a GIF the other day of the, so yesterday I guess, because it was the first day of it, of the Forerunner bases. When you capture a flag, they actually charge up and fire into the sky. Stuff like that is really cool. It makes the map feel much more alive. Like, I really like those kind of dynamic elements in maps. There's also some cool things, like they've added like the little vault rooms. So there's a room that you can go and hack the door to. You have to stay by it while it hacks, and if you manage to open it, there's a bunch of loot inside. There's like power-ups, there's power weapons, grenades, stuff like that, and access to like a little ledge where you can see over the map a little bit better from one side of it. Stuff like that's really cool. I did see a Twitter comment that I completely agree with, that maybe they shouldn't just have a vault room on every map, maybe on every Big Team Battle map. Maybe instead they should have like a different kind of dynamic element. That would be kind of interesting. I think that could be really cool. The weapons work really, really well at all the different ranges, because obviously in 4v4 we've only seen stuff kind of up close, but now we've had some really long distance fights. The sniper isn't overpowered, which I think a lot of people worry about. Yes, you can be killed in a single hit, but it's still quite hard to hit people who are moving around a lot with a single hit. And you can get de-scoped in a single shot, which is really cool. Like, I think that's a really good idea. I wish Call of Duty did that, where if a sniper's looking at you and you can just keep them suppressed, you can stop them from firing at you and you can close the distance that way. I think that's a really good idea. You've also got, like, the rocket launcher is overpowered. The rocket launcher is incredibly powerful, but you only get a few rockets with it, and it's really slow firing. Like, when it fires, the rocket takes a long while to get somewhere, so a distant shot of the rocket launcher is quite hard unless the person's not moving at all. The new weapons fit right into that really, really well. Like, the skewer's awesome, because that obviously hasn't been that great in 4v4 because it's slow and quite difficult to use. But the skewer's a brilliant way to take out vehicles. It's a lot slower than the rocket, I'm sorry, it's a lot faster than the rocket launcher. The bullet velocity is much, much faster, or the skewer velocity, I guess. And it has this really cool effect where when you hit a vehicle, it has loads of like kinetic energy. So it just sends vehicles flying, which is awesome, even though it doesn't destroy them in one hit. The vehicles are actually quite weak in general. Like, I found that the vehicles have been maybe nerfed a little bit from previous Halo games. It feels like the Ghost in particular is super easy to destroy. Even if you've just got a battle rifle, you can take out a Ghost with no problem, really. And stuff like, the Scorpion, you just need to get, if you can get onto it and chuck a grenade, do the hijack thing where you chuck a grenade in the back, you can kill the person inside and take the tank quite easily. And speaking of that, the new abilities really open up the kind of sandbox part of the game. So the grappling hook is amazing, that it lets you hijack vehicles so much easier, especially air vehicles. If you can land a grapple on something, it automatically hijacks them. So you get a lot more of those moments, and I think hijacking is a really cool mechanic. It's something you want to happen quite a lot because it makes like using vehicles quite dangerous. Like you don't want to get really close to enemies because they've got a really good chance of grappling and sort of hijacking you now. The other ability is cool, like the repulsor is really good. People have learned that you can do a kind of rocket jump type thing where you use the repulsor on the ground and it throws you up, or you can even jump and then use the repulsor on a wall and throw yourself even higher. So you can get some real cool shots from that, and I've seen some amazing gifs already of people using that to get some really cool trick shots and just avoid people. And then you've also got things like the deployable cover, which is really good when you've got like a flag carrier or something like that. You can throw deployable cover behind them to help them get away. You've got things like the threat sensor, which you can attach onto vehicles, so then you can like scan the map while you're driving around. That's super cool. There's loads of really interesting things that sort of they let you experiment with. They let you do things that maybe the developers didn't intend, or maybe aren't the obvious uses of them, and I think that's really cool. Then we've got some new modes as well. So the Strongholds mode is this mode where you kind of, it's a bit like Domination, where there's 3 points to capture and you capture them by standing on them, but you only score a point by capturing all 3 of them, and then you've got that point for your team, and then it moves on to the next set of 3 points. This moves the action around the map, which is really interesting, a bit like Hardpoint in Call of Duty, and it requires a lot of strategy, like more coordination than something like Domination or King of the Hill does. It's really interesting, like trying to work out how to hold 3 points at once, and who needs to defend and who needs to attack, and how to make sure you're covering the map ready for the next set of points spawning. It's really interesting, and a good team can do incredibly well on that. Overall, I just think like the chaos and the strategy of Big Team Battle feels so right. It feels like the sort of best days of Halo. It's something that's made me really excited to be able to play Halo multiplayer again. Like I said, it's free to play on Xbox and PC when it comes out, the multiplayer side of it. So I'm really hoping loads of people are going to get into this. Like, I absolutely love it. I'm so excited that like when it gets to December, we're going to be able to play Call of Duty and Battlefield and Halo. Like, it's going to be an absolute blast. So if you want to see more videos and streams and stuff like that, streams twitch.tv/Geeky Pastimes. If you want to see more videos about all of this kind of thing, make sure you subscribe, turn notifications on over the rest of this year and into next year. There's going to be so much content about Call of Duty, Halo and Battlefield. That's really what I'm focusing the channel on, are those 3 games. So make sure you follow, make sure you go follow me over on Twitch, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.